A girl reached out to me recently who cuts herself. This was a scary thing to hear because I don't have any experience dealing with this problem. I don't know what to do. I didn't know what was wrong with her. So I made an assumption, the obvious one. She must hate herself. She must be doing this so that she can punish herself, destroy herself. It's a self-image issue that she has. And she stuns me by saying, no, that's only a minor part of the issue. The main reason why I am doing this is because I need control. And I don't understand at all. Control of what? How could this possibly help you control anything? And she says it helps her control herself during an emotional episode. When an emotion swells up inside her body and takes over her consciousness and fills her full of bad energy. Slashing through her skin is like pinching herself when she's in a dream. It helps her focus her mind and escape these moods that are haunting her. And this set off a light bulb in my mind regarding the Jungian attitude towards emotions that made me realize I could help her after all. Now, just think about what she is doing. It's very logical. This is her way of managing her emotions. And it may seem extreme, but simply think about how nature has designed emotions to work. You see, nature's no ludicrous idealist. She knows that you are a lazy, comfort-seeking, consuming Reddit simp. And she knows that the only way to get you to do anything is by filling you full of tension and discomfort until you get your fucking arse up and do something. When you're hungry, she fills you with all these horrible urges that make you run to the shop and stuff your tendies down your throat. She injects you with an uncomfortable emotion to try get you to do something, and all that you feel is like, I need to make this go away. How do I make this go away? Whatever this emotion wants, I will give it. I just want it to go away. I want to be back to comfort again. I want to feel normal. Now, obviously, she is trying to help you. When you're in a dangerous situation, she injects you with a huge amount of tension to get you to instinctively do something and not waste your time thinking. This can save your life, but it has a downside. Sometimes Mother Nature's zap can be so intense and strong that you're left in shock and perhaps even scarred. You might calm down. You might go back to even being peaceful, but haunting you is this energy still trapped within you. The zap has not escaped your body, and it might manifest in extreme feelings that would drive you to do crazy things to yourself. Now, in order to get this girl to face these energies that are haunting her, I need to give her a perspective that helps her understand what is happening. So I tell her a story. You see, long ago, she was a child with an open heart, running around, experiencing life. Life was a magical place full of colour, where everything was okay. But of course, life has a dark side. People die, parents divorce, friends betray you, lovers reject you. And it's only a matter of time before any child with this open heart and this open mind gets bitten by one of these harsh realities. Because you were open-hearted, this sting hurts even more. And so this leaves you in shock. You curl up and develop a hard outer shell so that you can heal the vulnerable middle. Now, Nietzsche said reasons bring relief, and that's precisely what you look for here. You ask yourself, what happened? Why did this happen to me? What does this mean? What's going on? I was once walking around this perfect Garden of Eden, but then it's like the entire kingdom got taken over by a dark force. And though everyone else is acting like nothing has changed, I know that evil exists. And so you run up into your safe space, the tall tower up inside your head where you can make sense of what went on. And up there is a magician. And now this magician He will sit there and he will blather on to you for ages about what is happening to you. He'll have lots of theories. He'll take you over to the window of the tall tower and he'll point down at the world of trauma and emotions and he'll cast magic spells. He'll package them all into lovely little jargonized words that help you make sense of what happened to you without having to feel it. That tension, oh, that's your anger. That heaviness you feel, that is your depression. And they won't be able to get you at all if you stay up here with me forever. And of course, you'll find this magician's words soothing up to a point. But then one day something will happen which will trigger this bad energy to come surging up the stairwell of the tall tower and batter on the door, and all of a sudden the words of the magician will feel impotent and you will need something drastic to make this pain go away, and you might turn to chemicals or you might turn to self-harm. Now, if we can just wriggle out of the corset of the modern scientific paradigm and see things from this weird and funky perspective, we can begin to understand why the ancients might have understood this as a haunting. This energy, these bad experiences, they get stored in our nervous system and they get summoned up by certain triggers and they whoosh into our consciousness and torture us. And as we discussed earlier, Mother Nature fills you full of this tension so that you are driven towards doing the things she wants you to do, things that will bring you towards life. And the key to this is ritual. When you are filled full of anxiousness and lust for someone beautiful, the ritual Mother Nature is trying to push you towards is the sacred ritual of sex, the creation of life. When hate sizzles through your nervous system and fills you full of fire, nature is driving you towards the horrible sacred ritual of violence, where you defeat your enemy and take from them everything that they are and move it towards your own power. And the human experience is defined by the struggle between these two forces. In the one hand, you do not want your mind to be swallowed by these outside forces that will possess you and have you act like an animal. Yet, release from the unexplainable tensions and tortured storms that exist within your soul cannot be achieved without you surrendering yourself over to them and giving them possession of your very being. And ideally, we'd live like animals. We'd let it all out and shake it off, water off a duck's back. When emotions would hit us, they wouldn't stay within us. We'd get rid of them quick. But our failure to do this is what leads to this strange haunting, this strange carrying of a chip on our shoulders, a pain in our heart from an ancient breakup, a crink in our neck from that shockwave that ran through our nervous system when our dad slapped us for the first time. The all-too-human experience of carrying astral whiplash, having made it through the days of our childhood and being baptized in the fire of the world. And all of this is tightened into a dense knot by our unwillingness to re-experience that pain. You see, this energy is discomfort, it's tension, and nobody likes pain. Nobody wants to face pain. No one wants to experience that pain. We don't want to let in that trauma so that we can go through it again. We want to avoid it. But as Jung noticed, that which you shove into your unconscious and refuse to face will haunt you and drive your life as if you're getting controlled by a destiny. And so, my hypothesis regarding this girl who self-harms is that behaviour, hurting herself, taking a blade to her skin, is a ritual being driven by some type of energy, and perhaps my role is to exorcise it out of her. And so my first goal is to get her to open the door of the tall tower and step back down into the chaos.